Right now, every dealership, OEM, and supplier seems to be bragging about the same thing. They are doing AI. But this industry-wide obsession with implementation is aimed at the wrong problem entirely. It feels like progress. You deploy a predictive service module, integrate a new CRM, or roll out a chatbot, and efficiency goes up. You are successfully adopting intelligent tools. However, intelligence does not function like traditional software. When you treat AI as an isolated tool, each system generates its own interpretation of the data. The logic overlaps, the instructions conflict, and eventually the systems clash. This creates coordination debt. Because these smart systems were never designed to communicate, humans have to step in to reconcile the conflicting outputs. And as you add more tools, that required human effort compounds. Because these tools don't coordinate, your organization isn't getting smarter. You are simply scaling the volume of interpretation and burying your human workforce in the gaps between machines. Think about the daily friction on the showroom floor. The AI used by your sales team doesn't talk to the AI running your service department. This results in contradictory data and conflicting strategies for the exact same customer. As a result, your employees are forced into the role of APIs, or application programming interfaces, the technical bridges that normally allow different software to communicate. They have to manually translate the meaning between increasingly smart but totally siloed machines. In the digital age, adding standalone software worked for automating routine processes, but adding standalone intelligence into structures built for transactions creates paralyzing complexity. If you continue to operate with an obsolete playbook, your most expensive talent will spend all their time arbitrating between AI outputs instead of building actual competitive advantage. Surviving the transition into the intelligence age requires deliberate architecture. While buying tools is easy, the real work is designing the system connecting them. This requires intelligence architecture. This is an enterprise-level design that dictates exactly how intelligence is produced, shared, and governed across all of your organizational boundaries. This pyramid illustrates the framework for rebuilding around AI. The architecture must be built systematically. The critical threshold is right here. You must move past departmental awareness and cross into level 4, where the dealership connects as a unified system. This foundational architecture relies on unified memory. It allows your systems to share historical context and learn together, rather than optimizing in a vacuum. By forcing intelligence to become architectural, every new AI investment you make strengthens the collective system. It stops adding yet another isolated voice that requires manual human translation. Achieving unified intelligence compresses decisions and breaks down silos. What your service department discovers today immediately reshapes the behavior of your sales team tomorrow. This sets the stage for the ultimate goal at the top of the pyramid: agentic systems. True AI doesn't wait for a human to type a prompt. It actively participates in your operations and anticipates market needs. However, there is a risk in trying to skip steps. You cannot buy top-tier agentic AI features without first laying down the unified data and workflow coordination layers beneath them. When you build sequentially, intelligence stops living inside specialized vendor software. It starts living inside the organization itself, creating a capability that your competitors structurally cannot replicate. We are currently inside the formation phase of this transition, not after it. There are no safe, finished playbooks to copy. The danger for executives is no longer picking the wrong AI software vendor. The real danger is building the wrong organizational foundation while the industry is still pliable. This illustration highlights a diagnostic self-assessment known as the mirror test. You have to look honestly at your operations and ask, do complex situations resolve automatically, or do they still require human translation between smart departments? Time is a critical factor. Once your daily workflows and long-term vendor contracts harden around isolated AI tools, unwinding that coordination debt will become an operational nightmare. The risk is that your current investments will eventually become your future constraints. Once workflows and contracts harden around isolated tools, the friction becomes structural, making it exponentially harder to pivot as the industry's leaders move ahead. This presents a binary choice for every automotive leader. You are either designing your coordination systems or adopting the rules set by others. The pioneers who take on the burden of designing intelligence architecture today will set the operational standards and customer expectations for the entire ecosystem tomorrow. Those who wait for certainty, who merely accumulate tools, will be forced to survive inside ecosystems and rules designed entirely by their competitors. Competitive advantage is an organizational capability you must build for yourself. In this era, the strength of the enterprise is determined by its underlying design, not its software features.
AI isn't just another tool. It's an intelligence system for your dealership. Learn how at autoagentic.ai.